How's it going, everybody? It's Stas here. So the stock market had a pretty solid day today. The S&P and the Dow went up 0.1%. The NASDAQ 100 went up 0.3%. And get ready for this, the Russell went up over 1%. So today, we're going to break down some stocks, some charts, my thoughts on the markets, and everything in between. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a beverage, go down below, get your $50 from M1 Finance, literally free money, and you guys could check out my Patreon if you want all my real-time buys, sells, call-outs, a morning update video, more access to me, and much more exclusive content. All of that's on Patreon, link down below. And with that being said, let's get the party started. So today, SPY, which tracks the S&P 500, hit yet again another all-time high, and that was hit in the pre-market. You guys can see here on the intraday chart, that was hit at $448.73 at about 4 a.m. here on the East Coast. And you guys can see it was a pretty choppy day after that. You know, we hit that all-time high pre-market at 448. We sold off to 447 right before the market opened. And then when the market opened, we saw a pretty big run to about 448.50, drop back down to 447.50, right back up to 448.50. And you guessed it, we dropped down in power hour back to 447.50, and now we're running up, you know, in the after hours a bit. So very choppy overall when it comes to SPY today. And if we pull up this 20-day chart, you guys can see we clearly broke up above 447. That was the all-time high from the 16th of August, and we're holding above that point as support. And we're also holding the 50 SMA and the 180 SMA on this 20-day chart, and we're seeing a golden cross. So for me, this looks very bullish when it comes to SPY. You know, golden cross above the moving averages. We're holding an old all-time high as support. This is simply, today that is, simply a consolidation day before we end up seeing another leg up. Maybe past 450 and to another all-time high, or we might consolidate again. Or if we break 447, we could start seeing a sell-off, maybe down to 443, 444. And at this point in time, again, we're seeing a rally after market hours, and quite frankly, it's a little bit too early to determine what direction we're going to pick. So that is why we have to watch the futures market tonight, tomorrow in the morning, what the action's looking like. Because look, guys, if we see another gap up this morning or tomorrow morning like we saw this morning, you know, we are going to see a breakout most likely at that point, you know, especially if we break above 450. So watch out for that on SPY. QQQ on the flip side also hit an all-time high today at 375 during the pre-market, and we didn't get to cover this because I missed a video yesterday, and I apologize for that, guys. I was in Las Vegas over the weekend, had a good time, went out, did the whole shebang. You know, we went to the WWE match or event, whatever the heck you want to call it, SummerSlam, 51,000 people at Allegiant Stadium. I was there. That was pretty fun. You know, childhood Stas or kid Stas had a good time, a lot of nostalgia at that WWE event. So it was a great time, and I was so freaking beat yesterday. I literally slept all night because I took a red eye. You know, Sunday night I flew, landed in Philly at 7 a.m. So it was a crazy day. But overall, I missed, even though I did make one trade yesterday, but I missed the markets for the majority of the day yesterday because, again, I was just out. I was just rocked, just literally in the bed all day. But, yeah, we broke out on QQQ. This is great. Another all-time high was hit, like I said, at 375. We're now trading above the moving averages, and not to toot my own horn, but did I not say this? Come on, guys. Did I not say if 369 were to break, this would see a leg up to all-time, well, obviously all-time highs, but 375, 380, here we are right now. So we're watching this breakout on QQQ, and we have a Fed meeting or a Fed, whatever the heck you want to call it. We're seeing Later this week, we're looking at the investors or the Federal Reserve's annual central bank event in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And later this week, we're focused on whether or not the central bankers, and we've been looking at this like crazy the past couple months, weeks as well. We're looking to see if central bankers are going to detail their plans when it comes down to tapering monetary stimulus. The Fed has started discussions to pull back its $120 billion a month bond buying program by the end of this year. And you guys know, I mean, it's not a secret at this point. The market is moving on, and I've said this before, the market's moving on three main things. We have the delta, the CV, the fear around that. That's number one. Number two, it's the policy from the Fed, them controlling the interest rates, pushing them up, pushing them down. That's going to obviously move the stock market. Same exact thing with the bond purchases. They're doing $120 billion a month right now. If they were to cut that to $180, $60 billion or something, that's going to affect the stock market. So those are three things really at this point that are moving the markets. And on top of that, of course, there's a lot of other things like earnings. They're important, especially from the big companies. We could talk about this all day, but when it comes to the Fed, we got to keep a close eye on them, guys, because they, at the end of the day, are moving these markets. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. If you all are enjoying the video thus far, you know what to do. Hit the like button and make sure to subscribe if you want to catch all the content here on the channel, which I guarantee you'll find value in, so make sure to subscribe. And let's talk about some stocks now, starting off with Gamestop and AMC. Holy crap, guys. It was one of those days, and the stocks are back to life. And by the stocks, I mean the meme stocks, at least two of the ones that I track, GameStop and AMC, and I'm sure a lot of you guys out there track them as well, as you probably should. But trade at your own risk. These are very dangerous, no doubt about it. But with today's big move of almost 30% on GameStop, we're trading above the moving averages, which is the first time we've done this since the beginning of July, so that's great. And we're slowly starting to get a golden cross. Well, we're not there quite yet, but we might get it over the next coming days. And a golden cross could be the 50 crossing above the 180 SMA, which, again, we're not there yet. We are seeing the EMA cross above the 180 SMA, but I want to see that 50 SMA cross above, and we'll see if that happens. But overall, we held a higher low in the 150s, we ripped up, and now we're playing in this channel, right? And like I've said before, you guys know this if you watch my channel, this meme stock rally, in my opinion, wasn't over, and this could definitely be the next round of these rallies. We could end up seeing GameStop go 250, 300 again. Don't be surprised if that were to happen. And I'm not saying it is. I have no freaking idea. But we know when this shit... Oh, man, I just cussed. Blank that out, YouTube. Blank that out, YouTube. But when this stuff starts getting hot, right? When this starts getting hot, it goes fast. And it goes very, very fast. This could go 250 tomorrow. I mean, again, not saying it's going to, but it could get there. So I'm watching this breakout, this momentum on GameStop, and I'm watching AMC as well. Yeah, you guessed it, guys. AMC, which is also now breaking out. And if you all look, let me clear the drawing set. This is such a good breakout for AMC. We were trading under the moving averages pretty much ever since the same time as GameStop. So beginning of July. We were trading under the 50 SMA, and then once we got middle of August, or July rather, mid-July, that's where we broke under the 180 SMA. So we had a nice consolidation period from, the middle of July to about now. So a good month and a half of consolidation above $30. And now with today's 20% breakout, we're above the moving averages again. We're now trading at the high point from the middle of July, so about a month ago at $45. And I believe if this were to break on AMC, strictly technicals here, guys, maybe we go 50, $50 was that high beginning of July, and then from there, probably anywhere from $52, maybe up to about 60. I'll put 60 as the ceiling, in this range here from 52 to about 60. So AMC getting hot. Volumes kicking in, moving above the moving averages. Same exact thing with GameStop. We cannot ignore these guys. They're very dangerous, though. Like I always say, these are extremely, extremely dangerous. But if you're quick, if you're smart, you don't have to be smart, actually. You could be an idiot and make money. But if you can catch the move, let's put it that way, this is worth watching. And I'm looking at this more as a day trade. We'll see. Maybe I'll swing trade, what's it called? GME, we'll see maybe, or even AMC. And actually, I already have a little fun money position still in AMC, which admittedly I'm down on a lot, and we won't get into that, but I'm in it, let's just say, at about $60. And I should have averaged down, but I completely forgot to do that. And now, again, it's up 20%. So whatever, I'm going to be watching it. And the next one here is Draftkings, DKNG. Draftkings broke out of $55.50, $55. This is a very good sign. I was looking at Draftkings to do this because, look, 55, 56, that was the big resistance from the beginning of June. That is where, we hit that point, sold off all the way to about 42. That was after that short report from Hindenburg. We dropped 25%. And now we're tuning back up and we're breaking out. And this kind of looks like an inverse head and shoulder. Let me show you guys what I'm just seeing here now. We got the left shoulder there. We got the head right here. Watch this, guys. And then we have the right shoulder right there. So this is nice. We're breaking out of the 55 level. Now we're at 56.51. What a move today, guys. Up 6%. And I'm not sure what the catalyst, if there even was a catalyst on this. DraftKings partners with SimpleBet to expand sportsbook in-game offerings. I'm not sure what that is, to be honest. I'll look more into it. But overall, at this point, the fact that DraftKings broke out, the next main resistance is coming at about $62. Now, will it get there tomorrow, next week? Probably not. In fact, we might even pull back before we get there. But in a couple weeks, couple months, I could definitely see DraftKings start moving towards high 50s, 60s. I could definitely see that. So I'm watching that for DraftKings. BBY, Best Buy, is another one which broke out completely today, up 8%. They reported earnings. They filled the gap all the way to that 121, 122 resistance, which has been a sticking point ever since February, right? And if I pull up their earnings, let's take a look here. They did, okay, international comparable sales up 5%, not too bad in Q2. Domestic comparable online sales up 28%. Wow, and comparable sales up 20% domestically. That's pretty good too. So let's see, what are their numbers? I can't see them here. Let's see here, guys. Give me a second. $2.98 EPS versus $1.85. So they crushed EPS, and sales came in at $11.85 billion versus $11.49 billion estimated. And now that I'm looking at this, it looks like the Q2 same store sales, they beat estimates. So wow, good earnings report from Best Buy. And like I always say, when you're looking at retail stores, restaurants, whatever it may be, we're looking at same store sales and that growing over time, pretty much year over year, every 5 years. We want to see that growing, and we got that. And in fact, like I said, they beat the estimate. So that is why BBY is moving like crazy, and there's a real chance, guys, it takes out this 122 level. Again, we struggled there back in May, back in April, back in March, and back in February. So if we break 122, don't be surprised if this fills the gap to $128, which was the high from the middle of May, kind of that one-off green candle that you guys are seeing there. So I like BBY. I really do. Even though we missed the 8% move today, I'm looking to see if we can grab the next 8%, which could come if we break above 130, start moving 135, 140. So I'm watching BBY closely, guys. And now that I'm pulling up this 3-year chart, I'm noticing an ascending triangle on this thing. So that's a good sign too. We just need to see if the ascending triangle will obviously pan out, and who knows, it might. So we had the Chinese stocks go crazy today. You guys know, especially if you're in my Patreon, which again, you get all my buys, sells, call outs, you get a morning update video there every day. That's linked down below. If you guys are in there, you know that I've been buying Alibaba left and right. I actually bought more today at about 171. And I'm going to continue buying at these suppressed levels. You know, I'm looking to build up Alibaba, not as a massive position, because there is inherent risk with it, obviously, as there is with every stock out there. But I'm looking to build it up to a decent, 10% maybe, upwards of 10% of my portfolio. So, yeah, I like it. Baba did great. JD, believe it or not, did twice as good. JD went up 15% pretty much today. And oh my goodness, this was crazy. We gapped up above both moving averages. The earnings report was solid. Let me pick it up here. Now look at all these analysts coming in. Buy target, buy rating, buy rating, buy rating. Can they do that for Alibaba? Hey, I'd love it. Even though I don't look at analysts or really take their opinions to make buy decisions on, if that makes any sense. But I still like seeing them putting buy alerts, or not buy alerts, buy ratings on my stocks, because I know other people, they just blindly buy on the buy alert, or the whatever you want to call it, buy rating, and that pushes the stock up. So JD reported today. Let's see, is it even here? Maybe they didn't report today. Did they report last week and I'm just an idiot? Yeah, I think they reported last week, or yesterday, actually. They did EPS of 45 cents versus 41 cents estimated. Revenue came in at $39.3 billion versus $38.28 billion, so that's a nice double beat for JD. And again, like I said, with today's move, we're now moving above the moving averages. So next main target I have here on JD's at about 76, followed by 80. That was the general resistance from, July, August, June, actually not August, but June, May, April even, we struggled at about 78, 80 bucks. So watch out for a move there on JD. JWM, Nordstrom Inc., which just reported earnings today, is moving down about $3 after hours. So let's see what the heck's going on here. Give me a second, guys. Let's see. Do we even have the earnings here? EPS came in at 49 cents, so a nice profit there versus the 28 cents estimated. So they beat EPS, and sales came in at about $3.65 billion. So not too shabby for sales. I would love to know what the estimate was for that. I'm not really seeing it here. It's okay, guys. I'll look at it later. They fell 6% after tougher sales comparison. I'm not sure what's going on here, but we see JWN is down about $3 after hours. We're getting rejected very clearly, by the top of this downwards channel, and we're now trading back under the 50 SMA, and we're about to potentially break under the 180 SMA, which if that happens, we're probably going to start going to the low from last week at 31, 32 bucks. And if that were to break, we could find ourselves towards the bottom of this downwards channel real quick, especially if Delta cases go crazy, we get shutdowns, people aren't shopping as much. But then again, if they don't go in store, they'll be shopping online. But overall, it's still going to hurt the business, and maybe we start going to the bottom of the channel, but we're not there quite yet. So I'm going to set maybe two alerts. I'll put one at 34. Mark is at or below $34. Create. And then I'll make one. Mark is at or above. Let's just put it at maybe $40. I don't know. Maybe right around $40. Let's put that down a bit. Maybe $38.50 or something like that. So I'm watching JWM. Intuit just reported today. Let's take a look how they're doing. Wow, all-time highs. So I probably wouldn't even touch this stock just because it's already at all-time highs. I don't want to chase it, but if it were to pull back, maybe to 500, 510. That'd be nice. So they probably did good earnings, or they did well with earnings. EPS came in at $1.97 versus $1.68, so that's a nice beat. Revenue came in at $2.56 billion versus 2.2, or actually 2.32 billion estimated. So double beat for Intuit. And wow, what is this now? They see Q1 adjusted EPS of 94 to 99 cents versus $1.14. That is under the estimate. Wow. They see full year, okay, but full year 22 EPS is above the estimate. Same with sales. So that's really what investors wanted to see. I mean, they could care less about Q1 EPS being down because they see full year 22 EPS and guidance, or revenue rather, above the guidance for both of those. So that's good for Intuit. Again, I wouldn't touch it here, but if it were to pull back lower 500s, I'd be potentially getting in on that, on this very strong uptrend that it's been seeing over the past couple of months. So the last stock for today is Coinbase, which I've been talking a lot about because I've been buying it and I've been looking at it, and I think it's getting ready for a move, especially here as crypto in general has been doing very well. Coinbase, let me pop it up here, guys. Let's see. Bitcoin's at 48.2. Ethereum's at 3,200. Let's see here. What's Dogecoin at? Dogecoin, 30 cents. That's the third one I always check. Cardano is at 280. Holy crap. It's at 280? Jesus. That is ridiculous. Oh my God. I remember when this thing was under $1 like a couple months ago. Now it's at it hit 297. Anyway, crypto's going crazy. And today we closed above 258 to 260 on Coinbase, which is a great sign. That was a double top resistance back in June, July. So as long as we hold here and break out of this wedge, which we haven't done so yet, but I'm watching out for it, I'm going to be waiting for the breakout, so I'm going to put my alert at 265. Let's put it there, 265, and I'm going to be watching for that breakout. And full disclosure, I own Coinbase, and I've been buying it. I believe my average is in the 270s now. I bought more. I believe it was last week at, I forget the price, to be honest. I think it was in the maybe 264 I bought more. Brought my average cost down a bit. So, yeah, we're sitting in the 270s on Coinbase, and I like it. So, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe, drop me a comment, let me know your thoughts, and go down below and check out my Patreon if you guys want to support me a bit further, and of course, get a bunch of exclusive perks, including my real-time buys, sells, call outs, a morning update video, and more direct access to me throughout the day. All of that's on Patreon, link down below, or you guys can go to StasSurfest.com/Patreon. That's StasSurfest.com/Patreon. Make sure to get on there and check out my M1 Finance and my Webull link. If you guys want free money with M1, you get $50, and with Webull, you get 2 stocks up to $1,600. Check those out, linked right down below. And that's it. I'll catch you all in the next video, which I made one earlier going over 3 oversold stocks. I'll pop it up here. Check it out. 3 stocks that we didn't talk about in this video. So check it out. I'll see you guys there. Thanks for watching. Again, as always, keep crushing the markets. Stay safe out there. Peace out.